Hello guys, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
So Fu knows exactly what he's up against, a player who is clearly sharp. And that shows to me, Gary, that he must have practiced quite a bit between the end of the World Championship and the start of the new campaign. Is that the case with you?
Yeah, he must have done, obviously looking sharp there, and same for me really. Not loads, but the last couple of weeks, just been getting back into it again.
Red ball
As I
pocket.
said before, there'll be a few players sort of practicing a few weeks beforehand. Some will not be doing it hardly at all. Just while I'm on that, a massive thanks to them, because always been there for us
Thepchaiya Un-Nooh.
and helped us out with me practice over the last few years. So yeah, great big thanks to North East Snooker Centre and Paul and Alison. And while I'm on it, I might as well say that I've just got a new sponsor for the season. So I just want to say a massive thanks to BM Steel. Mel and Mark there have done a great job to get the sponsorship for us. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this season. So thanks a lot.
Who isn't saying thanks for being put in that... You've experienced that yesterday, Gary, in your second match against Barry Pinch's 2-0 up and eventually only drew 2 each. Yes, you've got a point, but it must be quite deflating.
Yeah, I was actually quite frustrated at that one. It wasn't a great game between me and Barry, to be honest. As you say, I went 2-0 up. I'm going to blame the food, to be honest. The food that they've put on here, as usual, is absolutely exceptional, and I've had a lovely bit of salmon and potatoes and everything yesterday. And I came onto my game against Barry, and I felt so lethargic. I think I'd ate too much, Phil. And sort of, yeah, went 2-0 up, didn't feel great though, and Barry's done well to claw his way back and got a draw out of it. But it set me up in a position where I said before, I knew I had to win the last game. And really, you don't want to be kind of putting yourself in that position if you don't have to. It would have been ideal to get them 2 wins straight away, and I would have only needed a draw at worst. Sorry. So yeah, a good start in this is key. And as I said before, if you get sort of 2-0 ahead, you really don't want to be losing a frame. Frame difference can come into it as well. So it's
Red ball
every
pocket.
frame, every ball sort of matters, and it can make it quite a tough format at times.
And although he was in with an easy opener there, this is not a simple chance for Fu, because the 2 highest value colours are both out of the reckoning.
Yeah, it'll be tough to score many from here. He's not got too much of an angle on the green, so it'll be a good positional shot to get onto one of these reds.
Green ball pocket.
Yeah, just a little bit too much to ask there, I think.
4.
So a tough start for Marco.
Marco Fu.
Again, a little sloppy on the safety.
We can't overstate the level of Marco Fu's celebrity in Hong Kong. Much loved out there, and quite rightly so. In 2017, Gary, he was appointed a Justice of the Peace.
Yeah, he's a great ambassador as well, is Marco. Not only a great player, a very strong ambassador for snooker in Hong Kong. And whether you agree with it or not, obviously got his chance to play in the World Championships when he came back, and does a lot for the game. So it's just really nice to see Marco back playing again, back here, and hopefully that's going to be him playing in most of the tournaments again.
Yeah, even before the COVID-19 pandemic, he had his problems. Had to undergo eye surgery, which clearly was a big blocker to the progress of his career.
Yeah, I actually remember playing Marco in, I think it was the European Masters a few years ago, around the time of the pace. I mean, he's not a slow player anyway.
Red ball pocket.
He really picked up the pace against me. I mean, he was almost at Thepchaiya's kind of speed, believe it or not. And I did ask him after the game, like, just curious as to why you were playing so quick. And he'd said at the time that he couldn't really see. So he was just playing a lot more on instinct if he could. But yeah, hopefully all them troubles are behind him.
Blue ball pocket.
'Cause it would be great to see a player of Marco's class back playing the way we know he can.
Red ball pocket.
Nice little chance of a cannon into the reds. He's got the red on the left and the red to the right of the black. Shows they're not
black ball pocket.
Didn't have to play them hard, but he could have still went into them there
40.
and been on one of the two reds. He's going to leave that now for a few shots.
50.
Red ball pocket.
Danger being, obviously, if you keep taking away the single reds, you're leaving yourself less opportunity when you do go into the reds to land on one. But he has got the red to the
black
right
ball pocket.
And another couple of open reds.
22.
If he's got the angle here, he can flick one or two out.
23.
Red ball pocket.
Deciding on the black here, he'll be looking to play the red to the left of the black, and then surely
black ball
black
pocket
to go into the reds.
30.
Red ball pocket.
Everyone break builds different ways, and I know a lot of people go on about certain players who go into the reds at every given opportunity.
Black ball
some
pocket.
pick them off. It's not always as clear cut as that. Sometimes you'll even find players who you think play very aggressively,
38.
like Thepchaiya does, do what he did there, and sometimes pick one or two off first and then go into them. It just all depends on the situation, really, and that just comes with experience and practice. Oh, it's not worked out from there.
38.
Was a little more tricky than it might have appeared.
This shot's very similar to what Marco messed up before, and he's kind of done the same again. He's caught it thick, so I think he's maybe just not quite used to the slippiness of the cloth and it pushing slightly when he's putting a bit of left hand side on the cue ball. And these are things when you've not been playing, as I say, in tournaments very often, that take a little bit of getting back used to again.
I'll tell you what Thepchaiya Un-Nooh didn't get used to when he recently made his international 9-ball pool debut, partnering Noppon Sangkam. Thailand came into the World Cup down at Brentwood in Essex as late replacements for the Philippines. Sadly, Efren Reyes could not get a visa and was unable to attend. And we all thought, given the quality of Noppon Sangkam and Thepchaiya Un-Nooh on a snooker table, they might do something in the World Cup. Not so. They lost in the first round to Jason Theron and Kyle Akalu from South Africa. And quite frankly, they looked like a couple of fishes out of water.
Yeah, I actually watched a little bit of that on the highlights, and to be honest, it made me feel a lot better about my campaign in the UK Open. They did. They played quite poorly, and people who don't realise the difference, obviously the conditions are so different, the cloths are so slippy. If you think snooker table match cloths are slippy and reactive, I mean, it's another level in the pool, in the 9-ball, and getting used to the cue and the balls, the size difference and weight difference of the balls and things. It's all things you've got to get used to if you're going to play at any kind of high level.
Red ball
although
pocket.
It made them look a bit stupid. I can totally understand why they've struggled. But as I say, I'm sure if any of us had like a good go at it and had a few weeks to a month's
Ping
practice
ball pocket.
and played with, you know, the right cues and all that kind of stuff, then it is a game where I think any snooker player doing that could actually have a good run and put up a good performance.
Red
So
ball pocket.
it would be nice if we can get the snooker players involved in the 9-ball pool again.
Yeah, because Emily Fraser and the team at Matchroom Multisport are doing such a wonderful job in promoting
Blue
9-ball,
ball pocket.
taking it to new heights. And so having some of the snooker guys there and making their presence felt would be terrific. Of course, we had Judd Trump at the US Open last year in Atlantic City.
40.
And
Red ball pocket.
reaction of the spectators and his fellow players when Judd turned up. It was wonderful to see.
Yeah, it just gets the hype around cue sports in general.
Blue
doesn't it?
ball
So
pocket.
that's what snooker needs, pool needs, all of it. You know, it's
Nice.
we can work together in some ways and get that. Then
20.
it's absolutely
Red ball
brilliant for
pocket.
pool and snooker. Mark goes in a decent position, yeah, where he's got another couple of loose reds,
Ping ball pocket.
but he's going to need to move them 2 reds behind the black to have a chance of winning the frame. So
26.
we'll be looking just to pop this pink red next to the black and leave an angle on the black.
Red ball pocket.
Cannon them 2 reds.
Ping ball
And this is where
pocket.
some people ask, you know, how many shots ahead are you thinking? In that situation there, yeah, you're thinking 3 or 4 shots ahead, but only because you know you've got them 2
33.
reds to move. Generally, in a normal break, you're only really thinking about the
Red
shot
ball
you're playing
pocket.
to get on the next ball, to leave an angle on the one after that, and that's as far ahead as you really think, because the game's too hard to try and think any further than that. You don't end up where you want to be most of the time, believe it or not.
Black ball
It's always
pocket.
plan B coming into effect. That's a lovely little cannon he's played there.
41.
And the pockets have been playing a little bit more generous than what I think most of the players are used to on the star tables. It was mentioned, I think, yesterday.
Red ball
and
pocket.
These reds along the black cushion there, they're not as difficult as they may be normally, for whatever reason that is. But the Rasson tables don't seem to play as tight as the stars.
Well, we had
Black
Sean
ball
Murphy in
pocket.
your role on the first couple of days of the tournament, and he said that almost
49.
immediately. You're quite right, I think, across this top cushion, especially if you play a red or a black, sedately they'll go in. I do think, though, the middle pockets are quite brutal at times. Would you agree?
Possibly. They don't look it. I mean, I didn't actually have many shots to sort of test that theory out.
50.
But like,
Red ball
that sort of
pocket.
winning with ease, and he's obviously hit it well. It hasn't exactly wobbled or anything, but yeah, the corners especially, I've definitely found them a little bit more generous. I actually played a rest shot down the side cushion yesterday in my last game.
Black ball pocket.
One that I would probably think twice about on a star table, but thought if I got anywhere near, it would go in. And he's got a
57.
lovely cannon there.
Well, that is the shot of the morning so far for me.
Yellow ball
59.
pocket.
24 in front. The break goes to 59, so the green is frame ball. This to equalise.
Yeah, I'll just be putting full concentration into the green. Won't even be thinking about trying to get position on the brown, really. Just concentrate on the green. As you say, that'll be frame over. Not an easy shot, but one, if he concentrates on and hits it well, you'd expect Marco to get.
66.
Green ball pocket.
He's still got it, Marco Fu. 44 years of age now. In a bygone era, that might have signified he was over the hill.
Brown
He's
ball
essentially 2
pocket.
years younger than the world champion and world #1, so he can't say that anymore.
Yeah, how the perception of the game's changed.
71.
Blue ball pocket.
Well, the application of bundles of
Back up to
side.
71 on
Fu
the front.
misses the pink, but the break of 71, the clearance to blue was exceptional, especially the way he got the yellow.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.